This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rashni Jain on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request Ms. Dhanlakshmi to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dhanlakshmi here. Agriculture Information Platform is glad to welcome Mr. A Prabhakar. Mr. A Prabhakar is an agricultural consultant at New Enterprises in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Mr. Prabhakar will talk on the topic role of insecticides, fungicides, and plant growth promoters. I now request the speaker to begin. Mr. Prabhakar, you can start.
Hello friends, good evening. I am A Prabhakar. I am going to talk to you today on pest diseases and growth regulators. Pests and diseases are part of agriculture. Growing crops cannot be done without controlling pests and diseases. Therefore, the general practice is to use pesticides. When we say pesticides, it includes insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, nematicides, and plant growth regulators. We know that pesticides are poisonous substances. If not used properly, hazards can happen and could be detrimental to humans, animals, drinking water sources, and the atmosphere at large. Today we will be dealing with insecticides, fungicides and plant growth regulators only. We have already stated that use of toxic products like insecticides have to be carefully done. To get more yields from crops, to feed the population millions, we essentially need pesticides to control pests and diseases. At the same time, users should know the toxicity levels of each product, method of use, when to spray, when not to spray, how to transport, how to store. It will be interesting to know whether we are using more chemical pesticides in India than in foreign countries. Most of the chemical pesticides are made abroad and formulated in India. Organic pesticides have come up now, but their use is still in small measure only, mainly because we are yet to obtain correct remedies in organics and to make available organics in such large volumes. Let us look at the chart which will indicate the percentage of insecticides, fungicides and herbicides used out of total usage. From this chart you can see when India uses 76% as insecticides out of the total pesticide used, world uses only 44%. While India uses 13% as fungicides, the world uses 21%. India uses only 10% as herbicides, while the world uses 30%. Other products like PGRs, only 1% is the usage in India and 5% abroad. So we know that our farmers want to use more of insecticide than other chemicals, other fungicides or other chemicals. And that too, insecticide when they use, that too they use the most toxic ones. So they can see the sudden kill of insects. Where pesticides are used in a need-based manner, the modern thinking is to use less toxic or non-toxic products. Now let us examine how the pesticides hazards happen. You all may remember the Bhopal tragedy where carbide gas was released while in production from the factories. It spread to the city of Bhopal, and lot of people lost their lives, and a lot of people were in trouble. Now, this was a hazard at the manufacture level. Secondly, we have heard about the Indosulfan tragedy in Kerala, Kasargod. That was a tragedy when it was used, where aerial spraying was not to be done, aerial spraying was done. So, lot of people had polluted the thing, they lost their lives, and a lot of retarded children were born, and all those hazards happened. Thirdly, I don't know if you remember, it was very, very long ago, if pesticides were transported along with food, that is along with maida or atta, and the pesticide leaked and fell into it was trickled into the maida. And then this maida was taken to an NCC camp where it was made chapatis and the children ate it, and all of a sudden people started falling and they were rushed to hospitals. So this is at the time, this hazard happened while on transit. Now, lastly, I can tell you an incident about a worker who sprayed pesticide throughout the day. He had a kind of um, cloth around his head, and he sprayed throughout the day. And in the evening after work, he went to the tank and washed himself very well. But after getting out of the tank, he wiped his body with the towel that was on his head, like earlier. And this towel was full of pesticides. And all of a sudden, his clear skin absorbed the pesticides, and he fell sick and he had to be taken to the hospital. Now, these are the ways how pesticides get affected on people. That is why we have to be very careful. Now, the time has come when people have started thinking use less toxic or non-toxic products, but the time of application of such products may be different. Sometimes it may be used in advance of the season or the pest infestation, not used as soon as the pest infestation is noted. The dosage also may differ. Then there may not be a knockdown effect in these products, but the kill will happen within 2 to 3 days, and the cost will be much cheaper. So this is the type of products that we have to look for, so that we can avoid hazards and it will be healthy for human beings and animals. Now, diseases are caused by fungus and bacteria, for which we use fungicides or bactericides. Plant growth regulants are products which activate the growth of foliage and roots. They initiate flowering and fruiting and prevents shedding of flowers and fruits also. Leaf damage or decay or damping of or wilt are caused by fungus. For this, we have to use fungicides only. Now, I would like to introduce you to a company who make less toxic or non-toxic products to control insects, fungus, and regulate the plant growth. So this company is known as Leo Enterprises in Bangalore. They make products which are less toxic or non-toxic. The first product I would like to introduce is LeoGuard. LeoGuard is an organic, non-toxic spray oil with insecticidal action. Perhaps some of you may know that in the olden days, very olden days, before the pesticides were invented, people in foreign countries in America and all, they used to protect their fruit crops like apple by spraying oil on it to control scabs and mealybug and aphids and things like that. So this product actually controls all these insects. Insects are killed by suppression and suffocation and disrupting their mouth part, which prevents them from feeding. That means the poison does not kill them because there is no poison, but it covers the body and then it suppresses. They will not be able to breathe, and their mouth parts also will be disrupted, so they cannot feed and then they die. But this may take about 2 to 3 days. Now our farmers may think that even after spraying this product, there was no action. But as I told you, there will not be any knockdown of it. But you can wait and see within 2 to 3 days, all the pests will be gone. So this is very cheap and very safe. It, uh, it can also penetrate the shells of the insects and kills the insect eggs also. It is non-phytotoxic to plants. It is biodegradable, thus making it safe for plants and soil. It is non-toxic in nature, hence the worker can handle spraying safely, does not develop resistance even with repeated usage. Now, one caution here is do not mix this with the new fungicides or insecticides without making a test dose. You can make a small quantity, mix it and see if the product, the mixture coagulates or curdles up, then you can avoid it. You should not spray that. Otherwise, it is okay to spray. And the dosage for this product is 2 to 3 ml in 1 liter of water for foliar application and drenching. Avoid spraying during the hot hours of 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. The next product I want to talk to you is about it's a bactericide, a very effective bactericide. The active ingredient is about 97%. There is no other bactericide with this much active ingredient. And it acts very quickly and a very little small dose is only required. It is about zero point 0.3 grams in 1 liter of water. Zero point 0.3 grams may be difficult for farmers to measure out. So you can take 3 grams in 10 liters water. So it will be very good and can be used very well. It is very effective. Now let us see what all in diseases, bacterial diseases it controls. See, in paddy, bacterial leaf blight is controlled. In cotton, angular leaf spot, black arm is controlled. Chilies, leaf spot is controlled. Ginger, wilt is controlled. Brinjal, wilt is controlled. Tomato stem and fruit canker. Flower and leaf spot. Then onions, spot rot. Grapes, bacterial blight. Pomegranate also bacterial blights. All these are controlled and the dosage I have already told you. The packing available is 20 grams, 60 grams like that, very easy to buy. So the next product we are going to is Phyto 22. This is an excellent product. Phyto 22 initiates plant growth. Sorry. Phytonutrients initiates plant growth. It helps in profuse flowering and fruiting. When you want orchids and all to flower, this is the product to be used. Only 2 grams in 1 liter of water. Give a spray every 10 days and it will be continuously flowering. It helps in root growth and supports transplanted plants to establish faster. So it is very good for nurseries. Phyto 22 prevents decaying, wilt and leaf, flower and bud shedding. So it can be used in even coconut and mango. Gives extra green color to lawns. You may have seen this is used all over the world for making the lawns greener, golf courses and things like that. Initiates flowering and fruiting in plants. Prevents quick wilt in pepper. This is recommended by Kerala Agriculture University. You know the monsoon in Kerala is heavy and it will be continuous. There will be no break. Even if you use trichopodoma or other fungicides, it may not be very effective. In this period, when the rain is continuous, the university recommends Phyto 22 potassium phosphonate. That is the technical name. So that is used to about 3 grams in 1 liter as drench. Repeat drench every week or every 10 days for about 3-4 applications. Then it will be controlled. It has got systemic action and shows the result in short time. But one thing is people spray in once and expect good results. It doesn't happen. You spray once, then the bud starts forming. The second one, spray after 10 or 12 days, then the buds open up and you will get the result. 2 to 3 grams per liter for foliar spraying and drenching. Now, one thing to be noted is 5-22 is not a fertilizer, but it acts as a booster. It will be better to use 5-22 after fertilization. Next product I want to talk is about salicylic. Salicylic acid is a plant hormone. Promotes plant growth, development, photosynthesis and transpiration and movement of nutrients in plants. It provides plant defense against pathogens. Dosage is 3 grams in 10 liters of water. The package available is 60 grams. Lastly, I have to talk to you about the soil improvement. The soil health is very important in agriculture because we can put any amount of chemicals or fertilizers on top of the soil, but if you don't look after the soil health, then it will be difficult to grow good crops. Treating the soil is like treating the mother so that the child also gets the benefit. So we cannot ignore this. So root Shakti is sourced from brown coal, which is the best humic available. Root Shakti is fungi promoted. Beneficial fungi including WAM are present. Helps in nutrient absorption by roots for better plant growth. Permeability of cells to better nutrient uptake. Promotes better seed germination and initial growth. Improves soil structure for better oxygen and water intake and improved root penetration. Dosage is 1 kg per acre mixed in 200 liters of water. Keep overnight and give through drip irrigation for 1 acre. Also 1 kg root shakti to be mixed with 50 kg DAP or urea and broadcast for 1 acre. Thank you. Now, if there is any questions, I will try to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Prabhakar. That was a very good presentation. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We will also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat room.
It's not audible. ഇത് കാണുന്ന രീതിയാണ് ഇതിന്റെ ഫോട്ടോ
Mr. You have a question? You can unmute your mic and ask. Yeah, Mr. Pamadi, you have a question, no? You can ask.
Yeah. So thank you, that's nice presentation. Say your part is based on a phyto bio the material, isn't it?
Phyto 22?
It's a phyto ingredients, herbal ingredients. He said first one thing said the oil based one for spraying for insecticide.
Oh, oil-based one, that is LeoGuard. Yeah, oil-based one.
You said in the description, you said in the description it says,
although it is oil-based, it has got IMO certification. You see, and that means it is good. It is recommended for organic agriculture.
So because we're doing organic agriculture for paddy varieties, whether we should get it certified by the people for marketing as organic product, paddy, rice. So we want to be sure that it doesn't contain. Now what we heard from the local market supplier. Now a lot of insecticide has been banned. Somebody put some ingredient in the chemical version, make it as a bio and selling it. It has an effect on the insect. But you mentioned that in the inside, it doesn't actually kill the insect. It's only repel, like mosquito repellent.
This is, this ban is mainly for biostimulants.
Mm.
So this is, you can't call it as a biostimulant.
Okay.
It kills thrips, whiteflies,
Mm.
mites especially. It is used widely in tea plantations in Tamil Nadu, Kunur. It is
Mm.
recommended by Upasi.
We have the problem with the coconut leaf and white fly leaf, the spiral white flies
Huh.
at bottom of this one. That's a major problem. And they say in the chemically that doesn't have any proper insecticide. They say only
Huh.
spray some starch like that, get it dried and get it peeled off like that. Some
Yeah.
indigenous method of controlling only. This will
No,
control your material will control spiling prey,
even,
white fly.
even for earlier we had the problem of mites in coconut. The main problem was reachability. You
Oh.
cannot reach the top of the coconut by spraying. You see, so thereby now they are
Oh.
trying root feeding. The fresh root has to be cut, and
Oh.
of the medicine has to
Mm.
be mixed in a polythene bag and
Mm.
tied to that root. Not one, about two to three
Oh.
roots can be cut and this put in this
Mm.
bag of solution. Then it will
Mm.
be slowly affecting.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. The root, they take tip of the root, tender root, and put a bag, so and put
Yeah,
the chemical inside and tie it
small
like
plastic
injection,
bag
like.
you can take and we can
Uh,
try. Yeah.
okay, okay,
We cannot
okay.
use big,
Thank you, thank you.
very strong insecticides there. Only light things
Mm.
can be used. Yeah.
So
Okay.
all your product is organic certified, and we can use organic farming. We can use it safely. Yeah, your products, all
Yes, yes.
products.
Organic farming you can use safely. It is
So
IMO
what
certified.
okay? You said one salicylic acid, salicylic powder.
Salicylic. Yes.
Yeah, what the purpose of that one?
Salicylic acid is, certain places, we need a kind of a booster. It protects
Mm.
it protects the crop, like in
Mm.
tomato and all. So it
Mm.
gives good color
So it gives
and
like coating, like wax coating, like.
disease, especially some certain decaying diseases are very
Mm.
common in tomato. If there is more water,
Okay.
then it will start decaying. At that place,
Mm.
this will be helpful
Okay. Okay.
because
Okay. Thank
it
you, sir.
helps. Pardon me. Hello, hello.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Now, Mr. Mati, you have any further questions? Mr. Pamati? Okay. We'll move on to Mr. Suraj Sebastian. Mr. Suraj, you have any questions? Okay. We'll next move on to Mr. Sivaratinam.
Madam, no question from my side. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Izuddin?
Actually, there is a question in the chat window.
Yes. Okay. It's a question from Mr. Izuddin. Good evening, everyone. Where are all these products available?
these products are available in Bangalore. The address of
Okay.
this company is address in Bangalore only. I can I put this here? I do not know if you can, if this can be seen. Can I read out the telephone number so that you can immediately note down, please?
Yeah, you can note. You can read it out.
Yeah. The telephone number is 748
Seven four eight
356
356. Okay.
2330.
2330. Okay.
And the company name is Leo Enterprise. LEO Enterprise.
LEO Enterprise. Okay.
Yeah. And also, if there is any difficulty, you can contact my number. I will give you my number. I am the consultant for the company.
Mr. Prabhakar, we already shared your contact number in the chat window.
No,
The
yeah,
participants have already noted down.
okay, very good, very good, very good.
Okay, okay. So, Mr. Ozidin, you can note down this number for the products you wanted to check. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of question round, and I would like to thank the speaker, Mr. Prabhakar, on behalf of agricultureinformation.com for taking his time to speak with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Now, one second for me. I also want to thank the agriculture information, Mr. Pati and this Dhanlakshmi and all for helping me out. Thank you very much. So, say something.